Coach Bear here with another story time. We were talking about bulletproof hands, how to prevent tears. Tears are an injury. We don't want tears to happen. We shouldn't be tearing. It is not something. It's not something to be proud of. It's not. It doesn't show toughness. It means something went wrong, right? And how tears happen is calluses get too big, and they're dry, and you're not taking care of your hands. You just got these big old calluses. And then we add sweat and they get all moist and soft. And then we add friction and then those calluses pop off and then we're bleeding and it hurts and it's terrible and you can't work out and you can't, working is uncomfortable. That's not what we want. That's not what we're looking for. That is not enhancing our life. It's not improving our life. So there's 6 things that we can focus on in order to help prevent that. All right, the first one is grips. Are we gripping the bar properly? The barbell, right? Hook grip. Are we over gripping? Are we under gripping? Are we not using it? Are we holding the bar too high? Are we holding it too low? Where are we holding that bar? Are we holding it properly? Same thing with the pull-up bar. Or do we have our gymnastic hook grip? Do we have the knuckles on top? Are we constantly moving our hands on the pull-up bar, on the barbell? That's when a tear really happens. We get soft, and then that bar is underneath, and it pops them off. Do I have proper grip on the bar? That's number 1. Number 2 is we actually want to train barehanded. If we're always using grips, we're not learning how to use our hands. We're not building up those calluses. Don't let the grips be a crutch. Use them in certain situations. We'll get to that, number 6. But train with your bare hands and learn how to use them. The next one, when you're using them, make sure you're monitoring your hands. Are they getting really wet? Do you need to dry them out? Do you need some chalk? Do we need to change our grip? Oh, my hand's starting to feel a little rough on these toes of the bar. I'm really my grip is starting to lose a little bit. Maybe I'm going to go down to my finger grip and I'll start doing less. I'll do like sets of 2, right? Change your grip if you need to. Change the movement, right? If we're doing kipping pull-ups and your hands are really starting to hurt and you feel like you're getting close or something's happening, go to a strict movement. Go to ring rows. Change the movement so that we don't have that happen. Or plan in advance. There's going to be a lot. Hey, there's 10 pull-ups per round. That's a lot for me. I'm going to do 3 pull-ups and then 7 ring rows. Right? Adjust. Have a plan and adjust if you need to. Second one, fourth one, reduce the size of your calluses. Use a callus shaver, not a knife, not a pumice, a callus shaver. It also can be called a corn remover. It's just a little curved razor blade, and you just peel the callus shaver off. I know it sounds super weird and gross, but I promise you it will help, and you'll get used to it. It's not a big deal. We just want those calluses. The bigger that callus is, the more likely it's going to pull off. Smaller calluses, less tears. Number 5, this is the one that is so overlooked. This is probably the most underrated one. This is super helpful. Use a high quality lotion every night. That's not every night. Before I go to bed, I lotion my hands up, get it in there nice and good. If I have any excess, I'll rub it on my face, and I go to bed. And that lotion sits in there all night. And now my hands are moisturized. They're not all dried and cracked out. When you have that dry skin with moisture, with the sweat, it gets just wet. It's not hydrating it. And then they pop off. High quality. Dry skin leads to more tears because it's brittle and can just pop off. Number 6 is to use hand guards when needed. If you're always using them, we're never going to learn how to use our hands. You can still tear with guards. It still happens. There's still friction there. If you're constantly going up and down, if you constantly have that friction, it's going to happen. Guards can help prevent that to an extent. And there's different ways to use your guards, but if high humidity, high volume, or just competition, use them as needed. If you're not competing, you really don't need to be wearing guards. We just need to learn how to use our hands better. Use those 6. It's going to be super helpful. If you want a little added bonus, 7. If you want smooth hands, use a little pumice stone, and that can be helpful. Use your hands. I did Murph. No grips. That was fine. But it took planning. It took these 6 things. Cheers, guys.